Okay, in my follow-up to a follow-up of the HX Stomp, to use a small expression pedal, and how you can adapt that to work with a regular tip sleeve connector that Line6 requires for their expression pedals. This particular pedal requires a tip ring sleeve on the output to work as an expression pedal. Quick, easy, non-permanent fix, easy mod that does not permanently damage the pedal. I'm going to do that right now for you. Just a quick show you exactly what the Line6 requires. You'll see it is a 2-pin tip sleeve jack for the expression pedal. So what you need to do is, first off, you begin by taking the back off the surge, remove the 4 screws, and the back comes right off. You would also take a 10mm, or if you have a pair of pliers handy, you remove the nut for the jack on the other side. When you do that, the circuit board pulls up. Go kind of easy so you don't remove any wire. Now you flip these over and you'll see that is a 3-pin, which would be the tip ring sleeve of a stereo jack. That's the input. This is the output. Same thing. On mine I already removed it, so it's going to be tough to show you. I permanently modded mine by removing this middle pin that connects these. What I'd recommend, I'm going to show you on the other jack just to show you what that would look like. I took mine out completely, but let's just say this is your output. This middle connector right here that I'm pointing at, this one here, you have to break the circuit of this. And by break, I don't mean physically break. You don't want to permanently ruin the thing. You can push this up to break the contact and just put a piece of electrical tape around it. Or a piece of, even better, if you have a piece of heat shrink tubing or any kind of small plastic tubing. What you don't want, you need to prevent the contact of this, which is the ring portion of a tip ring sleeve. So you still want this functioning, the tip. You still want the sleeve pot functioning, which would be the 2, just like on the Line6, the 2, 1, 2. So you still need 2. So what you're doing is effectively taking the middle part of the switch, this like a little up and down, this metal thing makes contact when you plug a sleeve into it, pushes up and breaks the contact. You want to permanently leave that contact broken. So you will take, mine's removed again, so it's hard to see. I took mine out because I don't plan on using this for anything other than the Line6 expression pedal. If you want to keep it in its factory state and not ruin anything, you just get a small screwdriver. You can lightly pull up on this and just wrap it with tape. Wrap around this little top metal bar here, which is one of these, but the middle one, with a piece of electrical tape or a piece of heat shrink tubing, so it cannot make contact. That's all you need to do. Once you do that, you put your circuit board back in. And like I said, just go easy with the wiring. You don't want to ruin any wiring. She'll fit right back down in. Nice, nice. Take your 2 jacks, screw them back in, tighten them down. And then of course you will put your back on the pedal. I'm not going to do it right now because just for interest of time, but you put your 4 screws back in, they're ready to go. Now, as you can see, a tip sleeve, regular Line6 or regular patch cable, and now you plug it in, and you'll be able to use, let me turn this over to wah, your pedal effectively with Line6. Let me see if I can zoom in on that, and you get the full 0 to 100 sweep with a regular tip sleeve cable. So you do not need a tip ring sleeve cable if you do this mod. And again, if you don't want to permanently unmod, I mean, this was a $45 pedal. You could easily buy a Mission Engineering or Ernie Ball, or any one of the Dunlap makes a great one, but they're expensive. This was $45. It's more than double than that for those pedals, which are great pedals if you're a professional. But if you want something less expensive that still does the job, and you're not a pro, and you just, it's not a bad pedal, and that's what you need it for, then this is an easy mod. And all you need to do to reverse the steps, if you want to sell the pedal or change it back, you just flip it over. I'm just going to show you on this one just because I'm not taking it apart again. And what I described was you'd be putting a piece of tape to prevent this connection. So all you would do to bring your pedal back to normal is you just take the piece of tape or the heat shrink tube, and whatever you put it over this metal sleeve to block the connection, just remove it. And it's back to normal like factory, like nothing ever happened. So no permanent damage, no soldering, no cutting wires, no doing anything. And you can see it's a tip sleeve, regular patch cable, and I have full sweep on my wah. Let's see if I can zoom out. Well, you can't see both, but you get a good full sweep on your wah pedal. So that's how you can do with a, now this is a Hotone EP2. I believe, I'm not the company that makes it, but the green Viper expression pedals, it looks identical to this. It's just green, another company, probably same Chinese internals on it. But I believe there is the Hotone also makes like a it's a purple one, same thing. I believe they're all probably made by the same company, just different colors. It should work the same way on all. So what you're doing is effectively going from a tip ring sleeve jack, you're putting a piece of tape to bypass the ring portion of that, so it can't make contact, and then you can use it with any Line6 product. So it's that simple. No permanent damage to the pedal, and it's pretty easy. I mean, it took me probably, I don't know, a total of 3 minutes to undo the screws, flip it over, undo the nuts, the two nuts, flip it over, block that pin off, put everything back together. 3 minutes, you're done. And it's not permanent, no damage. So, yeah, nice full sweep. Again, I mean, of course you can buy expression pedals that already do that. But, I mean, you're going to get one of these little cheap guys, and you don't want to have to configure how you're going to worry about running a tip ring sleeve cable, and you want to use the regular patch cable with your HX Stomp. That's how you do it. No permanent damage, nice and easy. Sorry this is long-winded. I just wanted to explain it as best I could.